So, yeah. Right. I tell you what, I wish the helmets had been like that in the 70s. Unfortunately, they aren't. But that reminds me. So Robert, a great friend of mine who also worked in the kitchen, he decided to finally swap his KH250 Yamaha that was a smoke machine and chucked out oil, and we were constantly taking them to pieces and rebuilding them. And we always used to take the bikes to pieces, and then, particularly in the winter, and then work out that there was kind of, 7,000 different parts. And when we were left, having built the bike, there was always 17 parts left or 90 parts left. But anyhow, so we decided that, but Robert decided he was going to sell his KH250 and he was going to buy a proper racing bike. So this is like a, full fairing, the whole thing, road racing bike. And he decided to buy a TR2B. This is a serious piece of kit. Yamaha 2-stroke, twin cylinder, 250. Okay, it may have been 350 racing bike. And we bought it, and it had a drum brake at the front, and when you kind of crank this up in Robert's garage in Molescroft, and you could hear it in Anlaby or Grimsby, the noise was that immense. We decided to strip the bike, take it all to pieces, rebuild it, end it with a pile of parts, didn't know anything what to do with them, and then paint it. So we decided to paint it and call it a Benson-Smith Yamaha and put stickers all over it. So we had this racing bike that we got going, and we then had the leathers and the helmet, and we hadn't any idea how to get a license or how to race, but this was going to be our kind of, big piece of work for us to get into Grand Prix racing, two little chefs. So one of the chef's girlfriend, I think, had an old ambulance that she used to knock about and live in. So she decided, according to her heart, to take us to Bridlington in the old ambulance with the TR2B in the back of it, with cans of petrol and oil and packets of cigarettes and all the other kind of cans of beer. And we somehow managed to accidentally find our way to a place called Carnaby Raceway, or it was a disused airfield at Bridlington where they used to occasionally do bike racing. So we managed to find a hole in the fence and then thought, well, who cares? Rock up, fill the bike, get it going, race around a few times by ourselves and enjoy ourselves, and a bit of lunch and snack, and then take the bike to bits, and then couldn't get it going. And then we were kind of hammering around the airfield and things were going pretty well, and then it was getting darker at night. And then there were some great big horrible signs that were talking about this was an emergency airfield and all the rest of it. And then suddenly, as we were whizzing around, this aeroplane began to land. So that was a kind of a big piece on, wow, we shouldn't be here. So we then decided to clear off. But this was the time in my mind where I began to think, hey, listen, put more time into the job, the future, what have I been doing, where am I going to go? And maybe it was a time to actually move on. And my brother, Matthew, he, I think, was at school or looking to leave school soon, and he was quite a lot younger than I was, and he'd made noises about becoming a chef. And I said to him, for God's sake, don't go anywhere near it, get an easy job, like a rocket scientist or whatever. But so moving jobs, moving on, different area of the country was probably going to be on the cards.